And what he's trying to say is, anticipating our reluctance, if you don't follow my prescriptions, this is who you risk becoming, okay? So before we talk about Alcibiades, the content of his speech, I need to tell you about who Alcibiades was, because that's going to be very important to the point that Plato's trying to make. So at the time of the symposium, Alcibiades was Athens' golden child, okay? His most striking feature was that he was incredibly beautiful. And in a society that idolized young male beauty, for reasons we already described, that made him incredibly popular. On top of that, he came from a noble aristocratic line. Pericles, the great orator and statesman, was his relative, became his guardian after his father passed away. On top of all that, he wasn't just some pretty rich boy. He had energy, charisma, and intellectual depth that made him not just one of the greatest orators to enchant Athens, but also one of her greatest generals in the Peloponnesian War. And on top of all that, as if all those gifts were not enough, he seemingly had a love for wisdom and philosophy. Alcibiades had the perfect nature, the most ideal nature. And yet we are told in the Republic how these natures tend to self-destruct. The very qualities that make up the philosophical nature become, when the environment and nurture are bad, the cause of its undoing. Such is the destruction and corruption of the most excellent nature, which is rare enough. And it is from men of this type which springs those who do the greatest harm to communities and individuals, and the greatest good when the tide carries them in the other direction. Plato wrote this passage of the Republic, I think, perhaps, with Alcibiades in mind.